Am I just in here? I think I'm just in here alone.
Yeah, no, you're not.
Are you in it? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the University of Lynchburg's live feed. Welcome. We're going to get started with some Q&As and a campus tour in just a minute, but while y'all are coming in, I'm so happy to have you guys here today. I'm Elizabeth. I'm a senior, and I'm just going to take you through my day for a little bit. Today's a wellness day, so the campus is going to be a little bit quiet because our students are busy resting their minds and their bodies, but I'm here to answer any questions you might have with May 1st coming up and being decision day. We're really excited to have you guys here. So with that, we'll go ahead and start our morning. So I'm in my room right now. I live in a campus house. So our campus is kind of unique because we have residence halls, of course, we have apartments and townhouses, but we also have a little bit of a campus neighborhood. So I live in a house on College Street with one other person. So I'm just going to give you a little room tour. Here's my humble abode. I got lucky and I actually have the kitchen connected to my room, and I think my roommate is in there right now, so we won't bother her. But I'm gonna go ahead and grab my mask and we're gonna go take a little walk. But if you guys ever have any questions about campus life, questions about the school in general, please feel free to ask them in the chat and I will do my best to answer them. All right, so it is a beautiful day today. It's like a nice 60 with a nice breeze, so that's pretty fun. Alrighty. So on my left over here, we have some of our academic offices and buildings. And as you can see, this is kind of the campus neighborhood that I was talking about earlier. And out here, let me see if I can switch my camera around. That's my house, that little yellow one. And we just have a nice little street leading up to main campus. Alrighty, and I'm gonna go ahead and put my mask on. And then right now we are coming up to Thompson, where we have a lot of nursing and education classes. That's that nice little building right there. And we're actually going to be coming up on the arts building, and that's my favorite building on campus. I'm a theater major, so I spend a lot of my time there, both in classes and I work there. That's another really great thing about our campus is there's a lot of employment opportunities, whether you do it for work study or if you just need an opportunity to get involved on campus. There are lots of jobs that you can do. And we have a runner next to me, so somebody's active this morning. Alrighty, Woot Woot Theater, correct. Thanks for coming to my live, everybody. So in front of me, we're also coming up to the psych building. So if any of you out there are interested in psychology, get your own little building with nice little lab spaces in the lower levels and big classrooms for discussions and lectures on the top ones. Is the mural still there? Which mural are you talking about? As we're coming up, I'll go ahead and just switch my camera. But the arts building has some nice little designs on it. I don't know if that is the mural you were thinking of, but that was a relatively recent addition to the building, which is very pretty. Woo, psychology. We've got some psych representation. We love to see it. All right, so I'm coming up to Dillard Fine Arts building because it is the first building that I got to on campus. But as I said, there are sculpture classes in here, art rooms, the main theater is in here, and we also have a studio theater in the basement, as well as our shop for creating the sets for our theater productions. All right, on my left, this is my favorite bench. It's the Elizabeth M. Ford bench. Just under a nice little tree if you ever want to take a little sit. Listen up. Oh yes, I do know my stuff. Thank you, Dana. All right, so we are coming up on the main dell, which is of course the most beautiful part of our campus. So I'm going to switch my camera around so you can see. There's a little bit of a rainbow over there. I don't know if you can see it. So next to the art building, we have a little sculpture. These change pretty frequently, so you get a chance to see some nice art on campus. And then ahead we have our art senior thesis exhibits. And our art students did a really great job. Okay, so coming up on my left is the main academic building on our campus. This is Hopwood Hall. They're getting set up for an event, so it looks a little bit different than it usually would today. But this is where most students have their humanities classes, gen eds. At some point, when you're a student at Lynchburg, you'll have a class in Hopwood Hall. Georgia asks, what are your favorite things to do on campus? I'm so glad you asked. When it's nice out like this, my favorite thing to do is just to get a blanket and do my homework on the Dell. Georgia knows best. She also loves to do her homework on the Dell like that. And then on my left, we have Carnegie Hall. That's where a lot of our faculty offices are. So if you ever want to go speak to a professor, you can go hang out there. Beautiful campus. I could not agree more. Let me show you a little bit what we got going on. This is a pretty unique campus because you get to have shade and sun anywhere you go. And it's lots and lots of green. So despite the fact that we're kind of in a city and you have the resources of a city, we're still in a very close-knit community where we can enjoy nature around us. Good morning. Good, how are you doing? All right, and we are coming up on Drysdale Student Center, which is where we have all of our dining options, as well as a little gym and a student center where you can go play ping pong or you can get on a treadmill, whatever your heart desires. And for anybody that's just joining us, I'm Elizabeth, and I'm just giving you guys a little tour of the campus before decision day, which is tomorrow. So if you are an admitted student out there, congratulations, and we can't wait to see you next year. All right. So we are going to go ahead and enter Drysdale through the second floor. But let me give you a little look at the building as I'm going through. For anybody just joining, this is Drysdale Student Center. Can't wait to go here. We cannot wait to have you, let me tell you. All right, and as I'm entering this building, I'm going to show you some of the safety protocols that we have in place so you guys know that you are coming to a school that's safe. Hi, how are you? So right here we have our temperature check as well as a hand sanitizer station. And then, oh, it's telling me to come closer. Temperature is normal. But you do that every time you enter a building. And it's just a nice way to make sure that we're all doing everything we can to be safe. And then on my right, that's the campus store. So if you ever want Lynchburg swag, so sorry I just said that, you can go there. All right, and this is the student center that I was telling you about. So in there we have foosball, we have pool, we have ellipticals and treadmills. Lots of stuff to keep you active and having fun. And now I'm currently walking into one of the dining options on campus. This is the Westover room. This was one of my faves when I was a freshman. They have stuff like hamburgers and sandwiches. It's a good place to be. And then if you come to the other side of the Westover room, that is where you can check your mail. So when you're a freshman, you'll get assigned a box and you'll just be able to come here anytime and check that. Christy, we are so excited to see ya. I'm having fun. I'm glad that you think it's a fun idea. But if you guys have any questions about anything, please drop them in the chat. I don't know if I said this before, but I'm a senior. I'm a double major in theater and English with a philosophy minor. And I am active in Greek life, in the theater department, in the music department, So if you have any questions at all, feel free to ask. All right. We are actually going to go upstairs to get out of here. But this is just a very nice building. It's usually not so quiet, but as I said earlier, it is a wellness day. So our students are taking a day to debrief before our last week of classes, which starts next week. Alrighty. So on the third level of Drysdale, we have On Common Ground, which is a Starbucks, a convenience store, and a little Mexican restaurant called LC, which is kind of our version of Chipotle. It's pretty good. One of my favorites. And then, of course, we have the actual dining hall, which is right there, which is open for all meals, and it's a great place to go grab your food when you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior. The dining hall does not discriminate. I am out of breath. I don't know how tour guides do this. All right. I just opened the door at the wrong side, but that's okay. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go back on main campus and show you some other buildings. I am currently coming up on the main res halls that are on the main campus. So we have Hundley Hall, and then we have our freshman halls, Tate and Montgomery. And I lived there when I was a freshman. Most people do. What's your favorite thing in dining serves? I think most people's favorite thing is like the orzo day. That's my personal favorite. But when you get to have like events, catering will pull out the really good food. And if you guys go to orientation, they'll pull that food out for you. And it's like this really good ravioli. And they serve it with broccoli and chicken, and it's delicious. But I also, honestly, with the dining hall, I also really just like going in for breakfast and grabbing some cereal because it's fast and easy before classes. All right, so this is Hundley Hall. This is one of our upperclassmen residence halls. And on the second level is where our health and counseling center is, as well as some of our administrative offices. And those are all really good resources. The counseling center is obviously free of charge for students, and it's a very accessible way to get counseling if you so desire. So then another one of our residence halls, this is Tate Hall, and it is next to Montgomery Hall. Both of these are freshman dorm buildings. I lived there as a freshman, and it was a great place to live. You get to be on the hall with other people, sometimes in your own discipline, which is really, really cool. And then you get a community bathroom and a community kitchen, which is always a fun place to go cook with your friends. What was it like living in the freshman dorm? I honestly really liked it. I grew up having my own room, so it was a little bit of a switch to have a roommate, but it ended up not being hard at all. I was very worried coming from somewhere that I was living by myself to then having to share a hallway with like 10 to 20 other people, but I really enjoyed it. It gives you a really good sense of community. It's also a great way to get involved. When I came to Lynchburg, I didn't know anyone from my high school that was here, so I really made friends with a lot of the people directly on my hall. And most of my friends now are still those girls from my freshman dorm, which is pretty cool. And I actually continued to live with my freshman roommate for 2 years. And I still live with my current roommate who I've lived with for the past 3 years. So you create a lot of really good connections, which is pretty much the best part about living on campus. All right, I'm gonna pause so I can show you the Dell. So over here in front of the freshman dorms, we've got a little volleyball net, and we have, of course, our red Adirondack chairs, which are great if you want to just take a seat, do some homework, do some reading, or just hang out. I am currently coming up on the chapel, which is a really, really beautiful part of our campus. And in the chapel is actually the music department as well. So if that's something you're interested in, you'll spend a lot of time in the basement of the chapel, which sounds a little scary, but it's actually a really beautiful place to be. And they have a lot of really great resources. Our music department actually just won an award for music education, so we're very proud of them. And once again, I'm going to give you some views of the Dell, because it's just so pretty. And over there, I don't know if you can see it, I'm gonna zoom in, that's our famous love sign. And of course the L and the C are red while the rest is white, because we used to be Lynchburg College. But you guys are lucky enough to come to this place as a university. I actually started as a freshman when it was still Lynchburg College. So I have a lot of sweatshirts and shirts that still say that old Lynchburg College, and that was a bit of a transition, but it's done a lot of good for the school. So I'm proud to be at the U of L. So we're currently coming up on Schule Hall and the library, which are both connected. And you'll probably spend a lot of time in these two buildings, at least I do. There's a really nice little coffee shop in Schule Hall. That's probably the most famous stop on our campus. So you can grab a coffee and then go head to the library. All right. Well, we're walking. Does anybody have any questions? If so, feel free to drop them in the chat, and I will do my best to answer them. We're gonna go ahead and take a little tour of Schule so I can show you guys some classrooms as well. Let me go ahead, let me show you this. Before I go in, it is Lavender Week. And so our Gay Straight Alliance has done some writing on the ground with chalk, and it just gives a very lively feeling to the campus. Sorry if you can't hear me, we're doing yard work today. We're gonna go ahead and go into Schule Hall. Yeah, of course. And again, when you enter buildings, it's very important to stop at our little temp checks, which is not picking me up right now, so that's embarrassing. Oh, okay, well, we tried. The freshman dorms are a nice size. Yeah, they are. I lived in a double my freshman year, and so it was obviously there were two of us, but there was still room. There were teams are doing incredible this semester. I'm sure you've heard. We've gotten a lot of ODAC wins, which is really awesome. The library is closed right now, so we're not going to go there, but we will go in a bit. a group project, that's a really good place to go. So I'm currently walking down one of the back stairways of Schule because one of our safety protocols is that we have 2 ways of entry and exit, but it's always in one continuous flow. So if you're wondering why it just got super echoey. All right, and right here we're coming up on one of our performance halls, which is where our orchestra, band, and sometimes choirs perform. We usually have weekly departmental recitals, so if you ever want to go see someone play oboe, you have that option. All right, I'm gonna try to talk over the yard work, so we will see how well I can do that. And if anyone has any more questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section. Oh my goodness, that is so loud. All right, and we're coming up on the center of campus, which is called Friendship Circle. And in the center, we have our seal, which holds a little bit of superstition. So in the center of Friendship Circle is the seal that you're not supposed to step on until you graduate. So luckily, I get to step on it in a couple weeks, but until then, you avoid it like the plague. Let me give you a quick tutorial. So this is Friendship Circle. It's just in the middle of everything on campus. So if you want to go anywhere, here is the way to start. And here is the university seal. So we're just gonna step over that. We're gonna go ahead and go this way to try to avoid the yard work. All right. And if there is anybody new in here, I'm Elizabeth, and I'm just giving a quick tour for any admitted students because tomorrow is decision day. And I hope you guys all get the opportunity to come see us this summer, take a quick visit, walk around campus a little bit. It's a great place to be. And per request, we are actually heading to the field. Thank you for saying you love this tour. I'm having a good time. We're gonna head to the field and check out the new res hall and the new scoreboard. So we actually got a new residence hall, I believe it was last year or 2 years ago. I can't remember, I think it was last year. But it's really nice. There are tons of balconies and they overlook the field. And so it's a great place to be able to go watch the games. I really liked going over there and watching field hockey from the top balcony because you got a view of the entire field and it was really, really lovely. It is so nice out today. And one of the nice things that the university does is they always keep their students active. So today's a wellness day, as I said before, and there are lots of activities that students can participate in, both indoor and outdoor and virtually. So we have meditation and yoga happening. I believe there is a kayak trip happening today as well. And typically professors take their students on hikes on Choctaw Mountain, which is a local mountain. And it's a very, very fun hike, I have to say. Alrighty, we are coming up on the field. We are actually lucky enough to be hosting ODAX tomorrow, I believe. So wish our softball team luck. I'm sure they're going to be great. I don't know if I have any athletes in here, but we've been killing it lately, which is pretty cool. All right, we have come up to the field. There is our really pretty new scoreboard. If you know what it looked like before, this is a very cool, very hip improvement. And here is our field. It's very nice. And typically there would be a team or two practicing, but again, today's a wellness day, so we're giving the students a chance to rest. And right over there is our gym, which you can go to play basketball, to, get on the treadmill, lift weights, anything that you need. And then we have our free res halls over here. These are for upperclassmen that want to live still in that dorm style. All right. And that's our new residence hall, this big one in the middle. And as you can see in the center, we have a row of rainbow chairs, and that was from our Rainbow Initiative last year. So student organizations got to dedicate a chair as part of our support for the LGBTQ community. So this is a very inclusive campus that I am very lucky to be a part of. And we are going to come on up to Hopwood Hall once again. And again, that is our main academic building, and it's right in the center of everything. I'm going to try not to get hit by this car. Okay. Now, I am going to be wrapping things up soon, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this gave you a little bit of a taste into what we do here at Lynchburg. And before I go, I will just say, if you have any questions, please comment them, and I will answer. But if that is all, thank you guys so much for coming. I'm Elizabeth, and I cannot wait for you guys to be here at the University of Lynchburg. I hope everybody has a really great day. Bye, everybody.